rising from a broken plane, sun like a hammer on steel. Engine breathing low and strained, like it's learning to feel. Boot leather cracked in the heat, salt dried into his skin. He rides like the sky's on fire and the fire's within. Truck stop halo flickers thin, buzzing over chrome. Paper cup and a map with no end, nowhere left called home. Water tower casting blame across a silent lot. He don't slow for memory, he don't slow for thought. White lines trembling in the glare, thin as a sinner's plea. Every mile a silent dare to let the past go free. Dust in his teeth, iron in his grip, outlaw heartbeat on a long road trip. Sunburned sky and a cracked out lip. He rides till the edges slip. Dust in his teeth, iron in his grip. Only the blacktop won't let him slip. Flash knocking in the saddlebag, rhythm with the chain. Photograph folded twice too tight, stained with smoke and rain. He don't open in daylight, he don't test that flame. Some ghost ride quiet in the mirror, calling out his name. Yeah. Canyon walls like jagged teeth, chewing up the sky. Moonlight carving silver lines where the old sins lie. He talks to the echo of his boots thrown against the stone, but echoes only answer back in a colder tone. If he kills the engine now, the silence might confess every word he buried deep, every near regret. Dust in his teeth, iron in his grip, outlaw shadow that won't unclip. Sun behind him, horizon split. He rides till the fire quits. Dust in his teeth, iron in his grip. Only the blacktop keeps him lit. Or letting me go, he asked the bleeding sky. The sky just burns a deeper red and leaves him dry. Coyote cry across the flats, sharp against the night. Gas tank coming under him, holding him upright. Every mile a thinning thread between the dark and dawn. He rides like something's pulling him, but he don't know from where it's drawn. Morning splits the desert wide, same as yesterday. No new mercy in the light, no easier way. He tightens gloves around the grips, feels the throttle strain, lets the horizon drag him on through dust and pain. Dust in his teeth, iron in his grip, outlaw fire that will not dip. Sun-scorched earth and a cracked out lip. He rides till the edges rip. Dust in his teeth, iron in his grip. Only the blacktop writes the script. stop fever, flood water shimmer, climbing up the pilings. Resin smell and wet pine sawdust hung like prayer above the mud. Foreman's office lit too early, like it already smelled the blood. Sawmill Whistle cut the fog at 6, same as every day before. But this morning men just lined the fence and no one crossed the yard no more. He took our hands and sold the timber. He says when the screen door shakes, now hear what a quiet yard sounds like. When the backbone finally breaks, let the whistle call an empty yard. Let the blade spin for the boss alone. Hands build every board in this dead town's frame. Hands can leave it to groan. Let the whistle call an empty yard, till the men who bleed it answer for their own. No speech, no band, just work-worn faces, finally done with fear and weight. Youngest cutter lost 3 fingers, guard was off the blade again. Boss said, sign here, keep it quiet, and be grateful you got paid. Old timers folded lunch pails shut, one by one beside the gate. He took our hands and sold the timber. He says when the screen door shakes, by dusk the belts were still and hanging. Birdsong back